Hello everyone, welcome to the Gilbert F. Stansel Musical Instrument Museum here at Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp. My name is Dave Bower and I'm the curator of the museum. Today I want to show you one of the most popular instruments we have here at Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp in the museum. It's called a Theremin. It's one of the very first electronic instruments. I know there are a lot of campers here who, as soon as they get checked in at the beginning of the session, they come right over here to the museum and come in to play with this really interesting instrument. You may have heard the sound of a theremin in movies like Mars Attacks and The Day the Earth Stood Still, or the original Star Trek TV series theme song. It was used by the Beach Boys in Good Vibrations, and it was used by the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin. And it was recently used in a movie about the life of Neil Armstrong called First Man, which starred Ryan Gosling. So you may have heard it in those particular movies. Let me tell you a little bit about the inventor of this instrument because it's almost as interesting a story as the instrument is itself. The inventor's name was Lev Turman, who was known in the United States as Leon Theremin. That's where the name of the instrument comes from. He was a Russian scientist and musician, had a very long life. He was born in 1896 and died in 1993. Invented this instrument originally as a kind of proximity alarm or security system. They wanted to have something that when you came within range of the antenna, that it would start to go off and let you know that somebody was coming. But Theremin was a cellist, a trained musician, and so he realized the musical potential of this instrument very early on and became its first virtuoso. In fact, he came to the United States in the 1920s and began to demonstrate this in solo concerts and in concerts with symphony orchestras. He became very popular and very wealthy, and continued to demonstrate it around the country until the Soviet government got very suspicious of his activity here, thinking that he might be becoming an American spy, and they whisked him back under mysterious circumstances to the Soviet Union, where they first sent him to a gulag, which is a hard labor prison in the Soviet Union, and then brought him to Moscow, where they forced him to work as a scientist inventing spy gadgets. And one of the things he invented was a listening device that somehow got planted in the American embassy in the 1940s, and it was used to spy on the American ambassador until about 1952, when the British government discovered it and had it removed. But in any case, Theremin was a very resourceful inventor, and as I say, became the first virtuoso of this instrument. So how does it work? Because I said you play it without touching it. So how does that work? Well, each one of these two antennas, the vertical antenna here is for pitch, and this one over here is for volume, and it won't do anything unless I'm doing something with the other one. But in any case, both of those antennas have electronic components called oscillators that are attached to them, which produce very low frequency radio waves. And your hands, the hands of the player, actually act as another electronic component called a capacitor. And the capacitors in your hands interact with the radio waves. And so the farther away you are, the longer the radio wave, and the lower the pitch. And as you get closer, just like on a violin string, as the wave or the segment, vibrating segment gets shorter, the pitch gets higher. So, RCA, a company, bought the patent for this instrument in 1928 for $100,000 from Theremin, thinking that they could market it commercially and make a bundle of money because they thought it would be easy to play. Well, if you've ever tried to play it, you know, not very easy to play. Let's show you how that works. First thing you have to do is you have to find a good starting pitch. Let's try and play something like Mary Had a Little Lamb, okay? Where are we going to start? How about there? Let's try it. You get the idea, more or less. Not that easy to play, though, is it? So next time you come into the museum, come and take a look at this and all of the other really interesting instruments we have here. And pay attention over the course of the summer to our social media pages. We're going to have a lot more content like this. So I hope that you will enjoy that. And we look forward to seeing you all back here in 2021. Be well, be safe. See you soon. Bye-bye.